Welcome back to the channel, guys. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's kick off the new year by updating our Sage build guide, but this time we'll be focusing on the Sorcerer class in Ragnarok M Classic. We'll explore updated strategies and gear choices to maximize your Sorcerer's potential. Before we dive into the video, I have a quick favor to ask. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and leaving a comment. Your support will help YouTube's algorithm recommend our videos to a wider audience, allowing us to create more content. Thanks for your help. Before we begin, check out UgPhone. Run multiple accounts 24/7 even when you're offline. Use my code ITV888 for 40 hours free. Now let's get back to the video. Let's discuss the changes I've made and some things to prioritize when you're starting as a sorcerer. Keep in mind that I'm playing as a free-to-play player, so we'll be focusing on strategies that are budget-friendly. We'll cover things like stats, skills, equipment, cards, runes, and even some tips for your sorcerer. Let's get started. For the stats. For intelligence, if you are a free-to-play player, it is advisable to max this stat since most of your magic attack damage will come from this. For dexterity, aim at least 90 to get the 3-second cast time reduction. This will be helpful if you are using skills that have high cast time, like Earthfield, Warm Breeze, and Summon Elementals. For agility, focus all your remaining stat points on agility. Ideally, you would want a high agility to help you raise your flee, since it will be your main defensive stat. Aim at least 600 flee to raise your dodge rate and avoid unnecessary damage. With this stat allocation, you'll benefit from high magic attack and defense. You'll also enjoy decent attack speed, crucial for triggering your auto spells effectively. Additionally, you'll have a respectable flee stat, which you can further enhance with enchantments. And finally, you'll benefit from reduced casting time, a significant advantage in boss fights and challenging instances that will help your party. Okay, let's discuss the skills. For the skills, you can follow what I did in this video. I skipped some skills in the Professor tree and allocated some of the remaining points of the Sorcerer tree back in the Professor tree. This might seem a bit confusing at first, so I suggest watching the video for a visual demonstration. Feel free to adapt this build to your own playstyle. Keep in mind that I'm playing free-to-play, so this might not be the most optimal build for high spenders, but it's been working well for me. Before we move to the next part, I will try to explain the skills I use so you will have a better understanding. When it comes to the Sorcerer tree, prioritize Magic Fist to level 10. This will give you 10 guaranteed level 10 spell bolts at maximum level, significantly boosting your damage output. Just remember that Magic Fist has 10-second cooldown, and after you have used it, you will still have to rely on your auto spell skill to trigger your spell bolts. So the key here is to have high attack speed, so that the chances of triggering your bolts during the downtime of your magic fist will be higher. Next, choose Sharpen Weapon. You can either leave it at level 5 if what you are after is just the magic attack bonus, since it doesn't increase after that. Or you can max it to level 10 to further increase your auto attack's bonus damage. Then, max Summon Elemental to increase your element's damage. At max level, it increases fire, water, earth, and wind by 10%. Aside from that, it also increases some of your sorcerer skills like Warm Breeze Recovery. We will discuss more of these on the next episode. If you still have remaining points, you can put it on Warm Breeze to get an additional heal. The rest of the points is up to you. For the equipment, you can choose Adventure Master Set for your armor, cloak, and shoes. They are much easier to upgrade and easier to create socket for cards. Replace these with Tidal Shoes level 6 and Silk Robe level 6 when you have enough Zini. This will give your sorcerer a huge advantage, since it will change the monster's element to water, giving you the chance to counter their element with Lightning Bolt. As a result, you will deal decent damage even if you have bad equipment. The set effect of Silk Robe in Tidal Shoes also apply even in boss monsters, so I highly suggest to prioritize this after you level your Sage Diary. I also suggest investing your battle time in Wild Fantasy Fable to farm Stone of All Things. You will need this to replace the materials you need in leveling your equipment. Choose the right dungeon that corresponds to the materials you need. For example, if you need a topaz and some gold sand, choose the level 40 dungeon. All the dungeons in Wild Fantasy Fable will have the same base and job experience depending on your level, so you don't need to worry that you will get less experience points when choosing a lower level dungeon. For weapon and offhand, these are essential. Sage Diary for Auto-Spell Sorcerer, paired with Telekinetic Orb to benefit from its set effect, increasing your spell bolt damage by 15%. For the accessory, you can use Adventure Master, or, if you have the Zini, you can use Pocket Watch to unlock the set effect from Sage Diary. This will make your auto attack critical, once you lower your target's magic defense to 0. I've also explained this on my previous videos, so if you are still clueless how to make a sorcerer's normal attack go critical, I suggest to watch my older videos. I will put a link on the upper right corner of the screen. After buying Pocket Watch, you can also add a monocle in your face wear. Monocle paired with Pocket Watch will give additional SP regen, ignore magic defense and magic attack. When it comes to head, face, mouth, back and tail equipment, there's a lot to choose from that will also give you decent magic attack boost or elemental damage. Focus on getting gear that increases your magic damage. If you can find gear that also boosts your flee, that's a huge plus. Additionally, you can add magic damage and flee stat by enchanting your equipment. For the cards, get the cards that will increase your magic attack, element damage, flee, and attack speed. This will depend on your budget, but here are some of my suggestions. Get Hill Wind card to increase your Jupitel Thunder, Lightning Bolt, Lord of Vermilion, and Thunderbolt by 25%. The rest will rely on your play style. For the runes, get Element Concentration runes to increase the damage of your Firebolt, Cold Bolt, Lightning Bolt, and Chronology Bolt by 10%. Get the Wind damage to further increase your Wind's damage. Get Auto Attack Empower. This will give bonus damage from Intelligence by 0.3. Wind Field Blast, to increase your movement speed and attack speed. There are also runes that increase basic stats like intelligence, agility, and vitality. You can also get these runes if they are near your path. Additionally, you can also get the Fog Wall, Magic Rod Empower, and Elemental Field Resistance if you are doing MVP hunts. We will discuss this on another episode, so stay tuned. And lastly, for the tips. At the early level of your Sage, try to use all your mini and MVP daily attempts. This will give you enough Zeni that you can use for your upgrades as you progress in the game. You don't need to spend real cash if you want to enjoy this game. Just focus on hunting and selling your farmed materials, especially the Crystal Mirror, which you can get from Owl Baron, which also drops a monocle blueprint that you also need for your Sorcerer. Also farm the Time Twister and the Key of Clock Tower. These three are commonly used in upgrading high-level equipment. If you want to see how I managed to farm these items, even if I don't have enough magic attack damage, or if you want to see the skills I use to hunt them, make sure to watch our next episode. Subscribe and like our videos so you will be notified once I upload the next one. Thanks guys, and happy gaming!